lot of people are using AI to rebuild the app market. We want that sweet money from AI apps. By the end of this video, you will have your AI connected to your Flutter app. And let's start right now. By example, if I write what is Flutter and I press enter, you will see that this will return the information coming from the AI. And currently it's using the OpenAI, but you can use anything. Let me show you how I connected everything inside the application. The first thing you need to do is go inside the popspec.yelm and add the HTTP dependency. This will be used in order to connect with the API. Once you have this, we need to connect a little bit more things in order to set up the application. And my goal was to connect to ChatGPT directly, but there is a problem because you need to have some sort of subscription in order to connect with GPT and use the API. So instead, I found the Open Router. This one will be able to connect to any AI model, and you have a free subscription when you start. So you can test your application with this, and if you want to move to ChatGPT or Claude or Ollama or anything else later, you will be able to do it. Open Router is pretty good for testing, but when you want to publish your application, it's better to change your model, by example, using OpenAI or Ollama or something else. The reason is Open Router is pretty expensive. This is the price it will cost you in order to make 1 million requests per day. So you can see that the Open Router is one of the most expensive. So you will need to change when you want to publish your application. But for now, you need to test your application. So I will show you how to connect with Open Router. First thing first, you will need to create an account. Then you will go inside the settings and you will click on API keys. You see that I have already created my API key. So I will create a new key and you just have to write a name, create, and that's it. This will be your API key. Just make sure to copy this because once you close the tab, you will not see this API key anymore. Another thing I want to show you is if you go inside the credit, you will see that you have at least $1 of credit before you need to pay something. So you can do some testing before. With ChatGPT, you can't do this. So now you have your API key, which is pretty good. We can close pretty much everything and start building the application. So for the UI, what you will need to do is create some sort of text field in order to receive the information from the user. And then you will use a button in order to talk to GPT or talk to the AI model. I will go up inside this function and you will see what I'm doing. We receive the string answer from the get router response. And then we use the set state to just show the answer. This is pretty basic stuff with Flutter, so if you want to learn more about this, you can click this video and you will learn everything you need about Flutter. Otherwise, let's just go inside. So I will show you how to create this code in 5 sections. First thing first, we need to create a future string that will return the answer from the AI, and inside we give the value from the user input. For the endpoint, we will call the openrouter.ai and make sure that you have this exact thing. The second step is to create the header. You will need to write exactly this in order to send the information to the API. And you will need also to have a body with this information inside. This is pretty basic API stuff. You send a header and a body, and this will be received from the server side of the AI and treat this information and return you some value. But now one thing I need to tell you is you will need to put your API key inside this section. So you will need to remove all of this with your API key. So what I did is I create the API key as a string inside my API key.dart. What you will need to do is put your secret key inside this. And if you remember, this was the key coming from the Open Router and this location. The third step is to send this information to the endpoint of the server. So you will create a HTTP post. Inside you will put the endpoint, the header, and the body. And the server of the Open Router will return you a response. You can then handle this response the way you want, but the status code needs to be 200 in order to have a successful response. You will decode this information with JSON decode, and you will return the string information coming from the AI model. One thing I need to tell you is currently we are using the model GPT 3.5 Turbo. But what if you don't want to use ChatGPT 3.5 and you want to use something else? You can go back inside Open Router, you can go inside ranking, you will see all the model available, and you can scroll down. By example, let's take Claude 3.7. I will copy the model ID, I will go back inside the code, replace the model, refresh the application, and then I will go back inside the application and I will say,
which AI model are you? ?
And I will say enter. And now we have the answer. Hi, I'm Claude, an assistant. I really think that AI is changing the app market right now. So at least now you know how to integrate AI with the application. You see, it's not that hard. That's it. See you in the next one and bye. Enter, send. What the just give me the answer. 4,012. What is a monkey? Enter and let's go. Man, what a crazy world we are living in. What would you say to finish a YouTube video? Well.